LaVar, should Dak be satisfied if he gets tagged?
Satisfied? No. Okay with it as a compromise? I would say yes. And again, I'm looking at it from the perspective of if you're talking about the new CBA deal needing to be finished by 21, so you have a year to get that done. If you're not going to get the numbers that you want, and you're going to have the opportunity to play again this season, you're going to get much more by getting that franchise tag rather than taking a long-term deal that's shorter money than what you wanted and expected. So it now positions you one more time. You hate to say it, but you got to prove yourself during this season one more time. And then during the course of that season, maybe you get that long-term deal done that's more in line with the new CBA deal to come versus the lack of inflation to doing a deal now that maybe lands you in the 35, 36 million range per year. So I think it's a winning situation, but far from being content with it. You shouldn't be okay with it.
Should he be satisfied?
No.
So no, he should
can't
not
be satisfied because he wants a long-term deal. And he wants that long-term deal to be based off of the financials of the new CBA agreement coming forward. So he shouldn't be satisfied, but he should feel like it's a win, in my opinion.
I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not okay with it. And I just look at it from a simple dollars standpoint. When you get a long-term deal, we would assume it's going to be at least 75, 80 million guaranteed. And so from that perspective, I'm getting 33 and I could possibly get 80. Math, that's $47 million difference. So that's why he's not going to be happy with it. And I said...
But it's much more than he's already making.
I mean, Dak Prescott now...
Much more than he's already making.
You know this all too well.
Over the
He
first
made
4 years.
$2 million last year. His game checks is going to be $2 million per week. So he's going to look at it from that perspective and say, oh, man, I like this. But is he... No, he deserves a long-term deal. What amount? That's debatable, and that's why we're here. But no, he should be upset about this.
I would be, too, from this perspective. History dictates that the ownership at the Cowboys, when they're behind the player, they're going to pay. And I take it back.
If they're what? Behind the player.
If they're behind them. And I'll take it from, forget the numbers and statistics. I go back to look at what Tony Romo did when he signed his extension in 2012, okay? The numbers are eerily similar. And at that time, it was Jerry Jones that this is my franchise quarterback. He had no problem doing that extension for Tony Romo, who had one playoff win, kind of like that, okay? But this whole time, he's been saying Dak is our franchise player. But yet and still, the contract has yet to come. So if you're Dak and his agent, you're looking at the rhetoric. Forget the numbers. You're looking at the rhetoric coming
You're looking at history like, hey.
And you're looking at history and saying, well, when you said it for Romo here, that he was our franchise quarterback, he had a year left on that deal. And we tore it up and said, we're going to extend it. So now I'm here, I'm your franchise quarterback, and now you want a franchise tag. You want to see if I'm good enough one more year. So, yeah, I'd be in my feelings a little bit if I was that.
I can tell that I'm up here with 3 former players who are like, pay me the money.
Why wouldn't you?
Because he's going to get paid next year, like with the exclusive tag, he's going to get paid like he's a top 5 quarterback for next season.
So would you prefer 33 million or 80 million?
It's not a matter about what I prefer. Is he going to be satisfied? No, probably not, because he wants a long-term deal. Should he be satisfied? Yes, he should be, because he's getting $33 million, and Dak Prescott is not a top 5 quarterback. But he's going to be paid like one next season. So it's not what he wanted, but if should he be satisfied? Yes, he should be satisfied. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Russell Wilson. I can name 5 guys that are better quarterbacks, but he's not that.
Put the non-exclusive tag on him and say, let's see what you.
And he's probably better than a Goff and a Wentz, but and some would debate it. Some would debate some of the other names. But again, I think when you're looking at, I don't know what the accuracy of what took place with Tony Romo, what was going on, but they have to still be able to sign Amari Cooper or sign
that's not Dak's problem.
Receiver. It's not Dak's problem, but it is the franchise's problem. So where I'm looking at it saying it may make sense, that CBA deal may give this team, it will give this team a little bit more breathing room to make guys more signable moving forward. So if you make
basically
that,
what they're saying is, we gonna franchise you, Dak. Amari, you gonna get your deal because we can't franchise you, so you gonna get paid.
maybe.
Right.
That's basically what they're saying.
Maybe that's what it
wouldn't
is.
you, if you were in Dak's position too, again, you've heard the rhetoric for the last few years about we want you here. Here's a chance for me to sign now. And Rick, here's it from a player.
Do you tell me or do you show me?
Exactly. Here's it from a player's perspective.
Right.
We understand he's going to make more money. We get that.
Right.
Now, from a longevity perspective, if I'm his agent, I want to get a deal done now to ensure that he has the money. I don't know what's going to happen during the course of this year. Anything can
That's
happen.
why you're
So
not okay with
I
it.
get to the back. That's why I'm not okay with it. Because if I get to the back end when that CB is up, depending on what the structure is financially, what if something happens during the course of the year where I can't get to that point?
Yeah. I understand that, but he is asking to be paid $33 million per long term. That's what the demand.
No, it's more. I think it's more of a demand that he's asking
at the
for.
very least, it's
Yeah, it's
$33
more.
million per.
They're not giving him 33?
Would you give him 33?
I would give him 33. That would be my cap. That's my ceiling. It's 33. Yes,
Okay.
But then they already reportedly offer like $32 million already.
But
and
see,
he
that
turned
was
down.
last year.
And
When you factor into his base salary last year, per year average, it's really not 33. It drops to 27, 28.
I think it's a compromise, personally, to take the franchise tag. It's a risk. It's more of a risk on Dak's part, but it is certainly way, way more than what he's making right now. I think it's a compromise looking at the possibility of the CBA deal and trying to get other players signed.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.